infrastructure that the capitalist system cannot produce, right? So look at all of his businesses. And I don't think he came up with any of this, and I think he's honestly like a fall guy, or like a useful representative of a faction in the U.S. state. Is that SpaceX? The U.S. needed a domestic rocket production capacity, and no one was willing to do it. So the CIA literally gave him his money to buy a bunch of Russian rockets to get the thing started. In-Q-Tel funded SpaceX. Tesla is basically, they were the loss leader for the entire.
You don't know In-Q-Tel is the fundraising, or the not fundraising, but
the venture capital arm of the CIA.
Yeah. Pokemon Go, the CEO for Keyhole. I mean, they're all over everywhere.
Yes, and so like Elon got the money for them for the rockets. Tesla, basically the whole big climate green energy thing. He was the face of that for a long time, basically laundering emissions for the whole United States. Starlink is basically a defense project. Like, this guy has inserted himself, and I think that's, I don't want to say that Elon is a genius, I think he's a dumbass, but I think he might be, I don't know exactly what his deal is, but he has been able to integrate himself into these massive projects that the U.S. state sees as necessary, and I think that Twitter is just another one of these examples of, like, basically a brainwashing system.
They picked the wrong guy because he got so addicted.
Yeah.
Another big one.
It's just like Diablo.
They just keep blowing their feet off.
If you know anything about I'm doing my research on this for a side show we're doing. If you know anything about like the Promise software install scandal,
Yes.
how they fluffed over William Hamilton, I think like this is a situation where like we can't fuck over a second Will Hamilton because how costly it was and how all this almost blew wide open. So Elon is like Will Hamilton 2, where they're like, we just got to keep him on the team this time, and he's so dumb that like every spook is like, God damn it, we're stuck with this guy.
We have this guy that just wants to show us memes. God damn it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I think we're kind of wrapping up in just a minute, but before we wrap up, I want to know, are you guys going to be listeners to the new Dogecast, the Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk podcast that's going to be coming out?
Oh, 100%. We're the first guest.
Damn, you guys are going big league.
They want to talk Justice Warriors, big game, big audience, ability to reach people. It's a wonderful platform, and I like it to participate in federal programs.
They're only having Matt on though, because both him and I would be inefficient.
They're like, we want to abolish the education department, but we do want to get this book in front of every child in America. Is what their goal is.
Well, and that's my mission